Hello, and thanks for stopping by the channel today. I am Sandy, and today we are going out shopping. We are shopping for wall art still. So we've been out a couple times looking and have been unsuccessful. And I let myself get a little bit distracted, so I'm going to take the blame for that because the dining room chairs was not a part of the original plan, but I did find dining room chairs, so I'm excited about that. But now it's time to get back on focus and find some wall art. So I think I'm gonna go to, well, I know I'm gonna go to HomeSense, and I'm gonna stop by Home Goods as well because I like to stop by there every couple days or so because they switch out inventory, get new things in. So although I didn't find anything there the other day, there could be something there today. So if you'd like to see if we are going to be successful today in finding some wall art, keep watching. Let's go. Now, if you are new here and you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry, I'll catch you up. But first, let's go ahead into Home Goods and see if we're going to be successful in finding some wall art. Oh, and thank you for choosing this video to click on. You won't be sorry, I promise. So here we are in Home Goods, and what we're looking for is a piece of oversized art. So to fill you in, I recently had my home painted, and once everything was all fresh and clean, I decided to do a refresh on my wall art or a rotation of my wall art. And I moved my existing wall art to another part of the home, leaving this living room wall blank. So I'm looking for an oversized piece of art, and that has proven to be very difficult to find. Now, I like this piece right here, this black and white abstract piece. That is gorgeous. It's just not quite large enough. Like, I want a piece of art that's like at least 60 inches. So that it can be just massive on that wall. Even though I have a very small living room and it's basically a smaller wall as well, I just want something oversized to really make a statement. And I have been looking everywhere. And yeah, it's been very difficult. And that's pretty much normal because in stores like Home Goods and things like that, they just don't typically have wall art that large. Occasionally you can find a piece, but not very often. But they've got some really nice pieces in here that I'm seeing. And I could always get two pieces of art and kind of place them side by side to create that large effect that I'm looking for. But I really want to try to find that oversized single piece of art if I can. This is a really pretty piece here. Now, this has been here for a while. I love it. I love the fact that it's in that shadow box. They've got so many really nice, interesting pieces. I'm attracted to more of your abstract pieces of art. That's kind of like my vibe. So I always gravitate to those pieces of art. I also don't want anything with any blue in it. Like, this is a nice piece, but it's got a lot of blue on it. Very pretty piece, though. I also like the look of this as well with the geometric shapes, but that is not nearly as large. Great price, though. Really good price on that. But you know how it goes when you're not looking for something is when you find something. And that's just kind of how it goes. So I've been coming out often. I've also been searching online, hoping to run across a piece as well. I'm also looking for a side table. I did decide to move the existing side table into my bedroom, and so that left a void there. So I've also been looking for tables. I've not been successful in finding that as well. Well, I should say I have found them. I went over to Haverty's and they had some really nice tables that I really liked. I actually had written down 3 of them to kind of watch to see if they mark them down because I'm not trying to pay an arm and a leg, and they cost an arm and a leg. So the hunt is still on for that as well. So nothing was happening here in the art section today. So before I leave the store to head over to HomeSense, I had to come over here and check out the home decor. It seems like every time I come in Home Goods, they are getting more and more and more decor pieces that they're putting on these shelves. Look at it. They have bowls, decorative bowls, double stacked and inside of each other, all kinds of things. They have a ton of stuff here, but it's basically the same things that we've seen over and over again. Now, these are new. I've not seen these before, and these are really nice. This smaller one is $16.99. They have a set of 3, but the 2 on the bottom are the same size. And then that one is $29.99. And I'm guessing that's probably the larger size and that there's probably a medium size somewhere that goes with them. But those are really pretty. They look like a faux leather and they've got the little accent on the front and the stitching. Very nice. I love that olive green color. But I'm going to try to stay focused today. That's what keeps happening. I come and I find something else, but those are really pretty. I like those. So I'm just looking around to make sure I'm not missing anything new that was not here the last time that I was here. And it's pretty much the same pieces here. Their home decor has taken on a little bit of a change, in my opinion. You're seeing a lot of white. You're seeing a lot of your natural, organic decor pieces. And then you're seeing the blue and white chinoiserie style decor. And that's pretty much all they have going on right now for the most part. This is a nice little abstract piece here. It's on a travertine base. It's $24.99, and it's just the like a bronze color abstract piece on top of that. These spheres here are really nice. This one is $24.99. It's in a brown and beige marble color, really pretty. Those would be nice, like on top of a book stack or in a bookshelf or however you want to style it. But I like those spheres. I have a thing for spheres. I would like to have one of those really large spheres that people kind of decorate with and put them like by their fireplace, but I don't have the space for anything like that. Some of these bowls are really pretty and I like them, but I'm not in here for that. So let's come over here to the candles. Another thing that I'm not in the market for. I can't buy another candle right now, but I like to come in and kind of see what they have going on. Every time the season is getting ready to change is when they really restock on their candles. So I like to come in and see what they have. This oversized piece here is nice. It's $39.99. I love a large scale candle. They burn for so long and they look so nice. And here's another one with really nice packaging. This one's by Martha Stewart. I didn't even know she had candles, but that's $24.99. I like the elongated look of those and the multi-wick, and it smelled really good as well. It was in the scent Santal, which is one of my faves. Home Goods always has some really nice candles with some nice scents, so you can never go wrong with most of their candles. And they're not a bad price either for the size that you get. You get some really nice thick candles, some with triple wick or, double wick, whatever you like, and in a variety of scents. So we're going to leave this area. We're going over to the plant section or the planter section. This is the time of year they get all the planters in for the spring season. So it's a really good time if you need planters for your spring plants or summer plants or whatever. This is the largest selection you're probably going to see all season, or at least that's the way it is in my area. These things kind of go really quickly and they never restock the way that they do at the, beginning of the season or whatever. But I'm looking over here. Most of these are outdoor planters. I'm actually looking for a nice indoor planter. I've got a Monstera that has just kind of gone wild and crazy. And I'm hoping that maybe if I replant her, she definitely needs to be in a larger pot and put a better stake on her. Maybe she can look a little bit more put together because she's wild. If you have Monsteras, comment below and let me know, does yours grow wild? So they have a lot of planters in here, but nothing that I'm really looking for. And that's been my issue. It's very difficult to find the perfect planter. So let's go over and look at their florals and their wreaths. This is also a really good time to purchase those types of items. They have some really, really pretty ones in, nice and colorful with the pretty flowers and everything for the spring season. So many to choose from too. I love the ones with the tulips. They're so pretty. Now, I have said before in the last couple of videos I've shared that we've been having some interesting weather here in the Carolinas, not very typical for this time of year here. But anyway, we're getting through it, and I know that spring is coming, and these spring flowers are really making me yearn for spring. This is gorgeous here. I love the way that this looks. So pretty. These little, they look like knockout roses, and this big ball here, I'm going to call it, it's $50 for this, but that would be so pretty in a planter. Oh my goodness, so pretty. I love that. I shared before too that I have started doing the faux plants outside, or mixing the faux plants in with my real flowers outside, just because they're going to last. But the flowers are getting so expensive and it gets so hot here in the summertime. This is difficult to keep them alive or keep them looking really nice and vibrant. So I will mix a faux flower in a minute these days. I'm looking at their dried flowers here as well. They look like they're getting more and more in their area here with their florals. They didn't used to have this many florals, not in the Home Goods near me, but I love it. I love it. They've got all kinds of topiary balls and faux florals for both inside and outside. Very nice. And some of these are very lifelike too, which I really like that. Now this caught my eye, and why I didn't get it, I don't know. It was $16.99, but look at that. That is so different. I love that with the faux plant already in it. So pretty. I love her. I'm going back and get her if she's still there. They had quite a few of them, so I'm going to go back and get that. Look at me shopping in my own video. I get into more trouble when I'm editing my videos and I go back, and sometimes I'll just see something while I'm watching the video doing the voiceover that I did not see in the store, and I will go back and buy it. But I think I am going to go back and get that one. This is cute too. Look at the little bunny here, and he's got the basket with some tulips in it. That is so cute. So cute. I don't need anything like this. I will not be buying any bunnies. I'm trying to find a price on here to let you guys know what it costs. It's $24.99 for that. I think that's so cute. Here's one of those in a planter. This is $69.99. I don't think that's bad at all. But that's all there is to see here at Home Goods today. So we're going to head on over to HomeSense. I love coming in HomeSense, although it is basically the same store as Home Goods, TJ Maxx, and Marshalls. It is much larger, and they have a lot more to choose from. The first thing that caught my eye in here today were these chairs here. These are really, really nice swivel chairs. They're $149 a piece, and they actually had a set of 4, which is unusual. You can find some really nice pieces at Home Goods, HomeSense, and whatnot, but rarely do you find a full set. Like if you're looking for a set of 4, case in point, this is a really nice counter height bar stool, but they only had one like that, but that's really nice. They have a lot more furniture pieces in HomeSense to choose from. Typically they're in a larger facility, so they can actually put more items in there. So you're going to see more larger furniture pieces in here, chairs, tables, sofas, all types of things. I don't know why we're over here in the chairs, because we're not looking for chairs. We already found chairs. We're looking for oversized art and a side table. Here is one little side table. It caught my eye. It's nowhere near large enough. This is actually like a drink table, but I really like the way that that was made here. All right, so here we are over in the art section. And again, their art section is much larger than that over at Home Goods. And they always have some art up on the wall. So, you know, they just have a larger place to display it, and you can really see it as opposed to kind of going through the art pieces like you have to do at a Home Goods. So I do like that, to be able to just look back. It's almost like a little museum. You come in and look at the art. That's a really pretty piece there. But again, it's got all the blue in it. Like if you are a girl that colors with blue, or that likes to decorate with blue, I should say, this is your year. Come out here. If you're looking for art, almost every piece of art that you find is going to have blue in it, and they're really pretty. It's just that that's not a color that I'm looking for. So the search continues. And even though they do have some large pieces of art, they just don't have any that are 60 inches or larger, and that's what I'm looking for. So far, I'm just being very discouraged over here because it's not a whole lot to choose from. I can say that I'm seeing a lot of sale items in the store today on things that I'm not looking for, but I'm trying to stay focused here. I am really trying to stay focused. That's a nice piece of art there as well. They have a lot of art, because not only do they have this wall down the aisles here, they have more art pieces that you can go through and look at. Like this is a nice pretty piece too, and it's probably a 40 by 40. Again, not the size that I'm looking for. And of course they have a lot of smaller pieces here as well. I like these. These have been around for a couple years, but I think they're so pretty with the stones in them. Very, very nice. I love the mat in there. Very nice. So I was just about to give up on art for the day, and I spotted across the room this piece of art here. Now, size-wise, we're getting closer to what it is that I'm looking for. I'm not a fan of this piece of art, but I do appreciate the fact that they at least have some larger pieces. This is $249 for this piece. And that's not a bad price really for these larger pieces, because online I've been seeing some pieces and they've been considerably more than $249. Here's another piece here. Again, I'm not a real fan of it. Even though I like abstract art, it's just not speaking to me. And the piece of art that I'm looking for, I cannot describe it, but I'll know it when I see it. It's that type of thing. But that's not it. This one was also $249, but the size of that will work perfectly for what I'm looking for. I like this sofa and these chairs too, and the table here. That's a pretty table with the marble and the white. The black base on them. So let's come over here and see what they have in terms of decor. And just like Home Goods, they have a ton of stuff on these shelves. I almost just don't even want to look through things when I see shelves like this anymore. Like, I am so over these little table decor pieces and things like that. I have enough. I'm not interested in really anything else. Every now and then something will catch my eye, but for the most part, I'm kind of like not really feeling that. And I love that for me because it's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. But I have to look anyway just the same, because I wouldn't be me if I didn't. And you know I'm coming over here to look at these clearance racks. Here's one of those brown marble balls. Now, we saw this over at Home Goods. Now, this one is on clearance for $15. And the one at Home Goods, I think it was $24.99. So if I were looking for something like that, that would be a great deal. That's literally the only thing that really caught my attention over here in the clearance section, which is unusual for me. But everything is just becoming kind of repetitive. That's a word for it. Very repetitive. Same things that we've seen over and over and over again. Here's some other marble pieces. Kind of interesting, but again, I don't need anything like this. These are on clearance. This smaller one was $8, and it's just a decorative piece to set on a table or in a bookshelf or whatever. They're nice, this green one, and then they have the white one. The larger one is $12, which is not a bad price for it, and it is solid marble. Look at that dinosaur there. They just have random stuff. I think even Home Goods and HomeSense, they've run out of things to come up with a dinosaur. Like, really? Anyway, they've got more botanicals over in this area. And then they've got some glass vases and things like that. Some decorative boxes. Yeah, that's the type of things that they have going on around here. Here's another one of those spheres. I really like this. This one kind of looked like a bowling ball, though. That one's $29.99. That really reminds me of a bowling ball that my dad had when I was younger. Been wanting to get a clock lately, but I don't want an analog clock. I'm looking for a digital clock that kind of lights up, but that's not too light, because I want to put it in my bedroom. When I wake up in the middle of the night, as I often do, because I am a terrible sleeper, I have insomnia, something terrible. I wake up and for whatever reason, I want to know what time it is. But if I pick up my phone to see what time it is, I'm going to begin to scroll, and I'm trying to just stop that. So I'm thinking if I had a clock in my room, I could look at the clock and maybe I would just go back to sleep and not pick up the phone. I don't know. Let me know below if you are like that. You wake up in the middle of the night. I have not slept through the night, or I should say I don't sleep through the night very, very often. I mean, it's very, very rare. And the only time that I will is if I'm up to like 2 in the morning or something like that. But nevertheless, this is an interesting piece, and I don't see the purpose of it. As much as I love a globe, this is like useless. Like, there's no, I like globes, but I like to see the country names and that type of thing. But it's cute. I mean, just so a piece of decor or whatever. But yeah, I just like looking at what they have going on in here. There's a cross there. There's some horses. There's some more marble bowls. Yeah, that's all. Make sure you comment below and let me know if anything catches your eye. Today, I'm really surprised that not a whole lot is really grabbing me today. Or maybe it's just the mood that I'm in. I don't know. I'm definitely getting very frustrated at the fact that I can't find this oversized art that I'm looking for. That's very frustrating. Gosh, they have a ton of stuff in here today. Just a ton of things. So, yeah, I don't know what the plan is here, but you have to really like dig through the racks to see what's there. Look at this. Is that like a Highland cow? What is that? Like, I'm so confused. Well, guys, as you can see, this was another trip in which we did not find what we set out to buy, but it was a day out of the house. And I hope that you have enjoyed walking through the store with me at Home Goods and HomeSense and just chit-chatting, because I know I just been running my mouth as we walk through here. If you saw anything that you like, be sure to comment below. Let me know what that was. This piece here, I actually did not see this when I came down this aisle the first time, and I came back down and I thought it was so interesting. So it's a marble tray. It's $25 and it's got a brass bottom, but the brass bottom doesn't go all the way around. If that were black, I would probably have picked that one up. Now, I do like that. That's very unique. It's very different. And it's not a bad price on the clearance for $25, but I didn't need it, so I'm glad that it wasn't black. There's that dinosaur again. Anyway, guys, if you are watching and you are not currently subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button before you leave today. And also hit that like button and comment below to let me know that you are here. And if you are a returning family member, I appreciate you so, so much. And I hope to see you all over here on my next video. And hopefully on my next video, I can say that we have found a piece of art. I don't know what it's going to take for me to find some art. But anyway, I am going to put the rest of this video to music. Enjoy your shopping, and I hope to catch you on my next one. Bye-bye.
I get it, I guess I get it now. Life is taking enough from me. Think I just need security. Yeah. So crazy how anything can happen. Hedging my bets so desperately. Building sand castles on the calm seas. Looking for a guarantee. Can't get out my own way. I'm playing it safe. I'm holding so tight and choking my grace. Leaving no room for mistakes. It's the illusion of control. Can't take it with you when you go. safer than the illusion of control. Can't take it with you when you go. When holding on won't help you grow. Help you grow. Can't take it with you when you go. Might as well learn to lose control. Can't take it with you when you go. Might as well learn to lose control. Maybe I can trust and just let go. Learn to lose control. Maybe I can trust and just let